afternoon internet. So it is Wednesday afternoon, it is 15:56, so nearly 4 o'clock, and it's the 30th of August. Oh yes, I got the date and everything right. So this is the first time that I'm going to take the bike out after doing the tappage, due to the fact that we've had more rain here than we can cope with. But today's not too bad at all. Yeah, it was dodgy this morning, but it's cleared up, so I thought, right, okay, so it's going out for a spin. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's fine. I hope you're all okay. Put the visor down before it flips down. So, I don't know whether anyone's noticed, I have on my new jacket today. Hey? Supporting the bomber look jacket. I must admit, very comfortable, really pleased with it. So yeah, with my orange tags on, as you can see in the mirror. Well, no, you can see because I've got the front camera on, so hopefully you can see that as well. Right, so this isn't going to be a long ride. I'm just going to nip to one of the ports. I'm pretty sure we've been to this port before. This is a port that I've taken you to, I'm sure it is. Anyway, yes, I have. So we're going to go there now. Not too far. We'll do the ride there. I don't think you'll probably want to do the ride back with me after I've bored you terrible all the way there, but you never know, eh? Might find something totally different to talk about. Right, so the tappets done. I was pretty peed off with the video because for some unknown reason my GoPro decided to skip the audio on 3 or 4 of the clips, and I had to do a voiceover, and yeah, voiceovers never really work. They don't, because you're trying to, it's different when you're actually talking as you're doing things, but you know, when you're trying to voice over, I don't know, it's just not the same. But anyway, the bottom line of it was, of course, was that both the tappets were tight. You know, it's as simple as that. Inlet and exhaust were tight. I used the maximum tolerance, and no way in either of them would that go in. So, you know, and I've done, what have I done now? 2024.5 kilometers. So, you know, given the fact that there's another 3,000 kilometers to do before the RE service, yeah, not good at all, not good at all. And then, you know, I mean, really speaking, check him again at the 5,000, and after that, you know, things should be bedded in. You know, I mean, don't forget, and I'm not trying to teach anybody anything here, but a new engine comes out of the factory, and as them valves are opening and closing, they're banging into the seats, which of course then the tighter that they get into the seats, that then sticks the valve stem out more, which of course then tightens up the tappet. You know, and yeah, that's not good. Anyway, that's beside the point. It's done. You know, I'm happy now because, you know, I know that the bike now, the tappets are adjusted. So yeah, right. And of course the other thing was the oil, wasn't it? Yeah. You know what? I suppose this is where me being a bit old, dare I say it, you know, I was brought up in the 70s and 80s, you know, and Castrol GTX was, well, that's all I used then, you know. But yeah, Castrol GTX, Shell was another one. You know, there was a few, wasn't there, you know, let's face it. But of course in those days they were all mineral based oils. I mean, you didn't have semi-synthetic and fully synthetic, you had mineral oils, you know, and they were being made and you know, filtered or whatever it is you do with an oil to the best of the manufacturer's ability. But of course, when you put that on today's standards, you know, their way, you know, everything moves on, doesn't it? So I suppose what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get to is we changed our oil more in those days because, you know, oil, the viscosity of the oil used to lose its viscosity, hadn't it, you know, and so we do more frequent oil changes to protect our engines, whereas these days, you know, with the engines being, you know, a lot more efficient and the oil being, you know, sort of synthetic oil, you don't really need to change it as often as we used to, you know. So I was looking at my oil when I did the tappets, which is absolutely spot on and beautifully cleaned, and I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, it's only been 1,000 kilometres since the oil was changed, you know, at the dealership. So really speaking, if I change it now, no one is more happier than me to do more than frequent oil changes, but even I have got to think now, well, come on, you know, with oil technology this day and age, that's probably being silly and probably being a bit wasteful. So what I'm going to do is I've got a trip coming up which is easily going to put on, I would think, well over 1,000 kilometres. So basically I thought, okay, I'm going to do this trip, and then when I get back from the trip, then I'll change the oil, which is sort of thing in midway, won't it, you know, and then I'll do it again at the 5,000, and that's what I'm going to do, you know, and I will be happy at that. So the trip, I mean, let's talk about the trip, eh? So the trip is going to be up to Normandy, and it's going to be all around the you know, the war grave sites, and, you know, the American Cemetery, the new British Memorial, the Pointe de Hoc, you know, the Mulberry Harbours, all bits and pieces like that. I'm not going to go into the actual museums because, well, you know, walking around with a GoPro, to me, I love these places. I have huge respect for these places. I go up there many times, and so there's only so much filming of them I would do, but I am certainly looking forward to going. Now, this is going to take place, I'm leaving here on the 10th of September, which is a Sunday, and I'm coming back on a Friday. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I'm staying on a campsite because you know, I've said many times before, I don't particularly like hotels that much. Having said that, I was thinking, okay, you know, I'm going to throw the tent on, you know, and I'm going to go camping. But to be honest with you, I got up this morning, as I do most mornings, and I'd like to think I'll continue to do that for a few more years, and I put the dog out, and I think we're talking, I don't know, it was about 6:45, I think, you know, and I mean, it was quite nippy, you know. I mean, it wasn't a wow, this is a lovely summer as well. Having said that, you know, the weather has been extremely bad this year, but anyway, so I thought to myself, in a tent, you know, in just a little tent at this time, and you know, we're looking at another couple of weeks yet, I could be making a mistake, you know what I mean? It could be a bit nippy. So what I've done is, I'm staying at a campsite which is based literally backs on to one of the points, Omaha Beach, and they've got a thing there called a Cocoa Suite. You know, one of these different camping things, and it's sort of, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a sort of a tent, for want of a better word, you know. I mean, it's still canvas, although be it very thick canvas. It's got UPVC door and I think windows, and the bit that I do like is, apart from a little kitchen and that sort of stuff, it's got a heater. So should the need arise, I won't freeze to death. So I'm sort of well happy to that, you know, and it's a very reasonable price as well. But when I'm down there, you'll see all that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be really good. I was quite amazed really, because I was determined that I was going to end up somewhere in the vicinity of the war memorials, and one of my favourite locations down there, which I will certainly be visiting, is St Mary Gliss, and there is a campsite there, Camping St Mary Gliss, and I stayed on there a couple of years ago now. Took a couple of my two eldest children down there, and when I was there, they've got some original World War II army trucks that two of them I think they've got, and they've turned them into sort of, you know, you stay in them, you know, they're fitted out with a little kitchen and little bedroom, and you know, they've made a sort of terrace outside, and you know, that sort of thing. And I thought, you know, oh, book one of them, that'd be great. So I contacted the site owner a couple of 3 days ago now, you know. Well, no, hang on, let's get the story straight. I went onto the internet, onto his site, to book it, and it had got none available. And I thought to myself, you know, okay, you know, September, don't see there being a huge sort of rush for people to whatever, like, float your boat, I suppose. I don't see a huge rush, but still, you know, never mind. God, that stinks. The joys of not riding a two-stroke these days, eh? Anyway, where was I now before I got polluted? Yes. But what it is, he doesn't shut the whole site down at the beginning of September, but he takes a lot of things off in the beginning of September, and you think to yourself, you know, it's a strange thing really, isn't it? Obviously the guy must do extremely well in the summer, I suppose, because being where he is, you know, St Mary Gliss, and it's hugely tourist for people seeing that area. You know, you would think that he could keep it going for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't own the site. I'm not in, but I just find it strange, you know. Anyway, it's a shame that I couldn't book that, because it would have been nice. Maybe another year, maybe next year, who knows. Yeah, but so that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in the little Cocoa Suite, and really looking forward to that. And it will be nice as well, because in October I will have had this bike for 12 months. So I do the run down there and put a bit of mileage on it, or kilometres on it as the case may be, and when I get back it's virtually going to be 12 months, and a good time I think to sort of give it a review on it, because you know, yeah, it'll just be it'll be nice to see how it sort of does that run, you know. I'm really looking forward to it, you know, for me and the bike, you know, I really am. So talking of bikes, and Royal Enfield in particular, I do believe that this Friday the 1st of September, that they are announcing some new models, and I do believe it's the Bullet range, the new 350 and 500 Bullet. So you know, that'd be quite interesting to see what comes out the stable. I mean, the Bullet being the oldest model, I think I'm right in saying the oldest model in production in the world. I think I could be wrong, but hey, I know the Bullet's been going for several years now, and I think it's great that Royal Enfield are keeping them going, you know, and still manufacturing these bikes. I think that's just brilliant, I really do. Yeah, and maybe, who knows, because years ago at the Redditch factory, which I used to live just outside Redditch when I lived in the UK, but years ago they did do, although I don't think it ever took off, but I'm pretty sure that they did a twin cylinder Bullet. So who knows, eh? With the Interceptor doing so well, maybe they will do a twin cylinder, maybe 650 Bullet. I don't know, but I think whatever they do, certainly at the moment, Royal Enfield as a motorcycle manufacturing company, I think they're doing really well, and rightly so. You know, it's nice to see a success story, it really is. I must admit, you know, if I had lots of money, which I'm not, I'm just a poor retired man, you know, scrimping along in life. No, but if I did, seriously, I would like, you know, this, because what I like about the Royal Enfield range, you could almost have a bike to suit what you wanted to do, couldn't it? Like, I mean, the Himalayan, although to be fair, I suppose I don't particularly use the Himalayan anywhere near what it was intended to be used as. You know, I bought the Himalayan, although it hasn't panned out this year, the camping trips, but I'm really hoping that it will next year. But you know, there are other bikes, you know, the Interceptor at the moment, you know, that can mile munch at higher speeds, which if that's what you want to do, that's great. And then you have the 350 range, you know, with the J series engine in it, with the Classic and the Meteor. Again, you know, cracking bikes. You know, I love them both. You know, I love the Classic, I love the Meteor. I mean, that's great, isn't it? Just for getting on and going a ride, and even touring. I mean, you know, you tour on them, they're fine, you know. I think we've touched this subject so many times that if you're not a speed merchant, then touring, you don't have to get there as fast as you can from A to B, do you? You know, you just enjoy yourself. It's as simple as that. So yeah, there literally is, you know, you could go and get yourself a Royal Enfield bike, 3 or 4 of them really, you know, for whatever that you wanted particularly to do on that day. Anyway, I don't think I don't somehow think that my wife would be that easily persuade why I would need a few bikes. I really don't. Now this is this wonderful turn in here. You have to be so careful here because people just, I know who's got the right of way, but we're still into the good old tourist season, and quite a lot of them don't. So if you're not careful, you can end up in a load of trouble. Right, so this is the port here. Actually, we could have, still quite busy, but there again, you know, the tourist season is upon us. I'm not actually really going to stop this. This was just a ride just to get here, and we'll flip the visor up there because what's the temperature? 24 degrees according to the trusty old Himalayan. So what, 22, 21, 22, yeah. Yeah, plenty of people around. I dare say, you know, it's not really a crossing there, my darling, but never mind, eh? Aye, aye, yep. Get a bit outside the road would be very nice. Oh dear, me. I haven't really come round here much before here, and I know this takes us sort of above the port, gives us this view here. Look here, look at that. Hey, what a beautiful view. And again, you know, so much that France does, a beautiful graveyard, yeah. I mean, there's, you know, a beautifully kept graveyard, and they are, you know, look at that. I do really admire it's a nice view there, look, eh? Yeah. So yeah, you see it in the wing mirror, I think, the view behind. These little back streets here, I mean, they're so cute, you know. That's a funny word, isn't it? Cute, eh? They're really cute, you know. Okay, so I've got to be honest, I don't think we've got much of a choice. I think we've got to go this way. Okay. I think we've got a lot of dead ends around here, so I think we'll go this way. I mean, I am literally never been round here before, but hey, this is all part of the fun, innit? You know, where am I? Okay. So I think you could safely say that probably this is actually this is actually the actual town of Trebul, I would think. Funny, I've lived around here for years and never actually been round here, if you know what I mean. Still, always interesting to see where it's going to bring you out. on these little back streets. Oh, I know where we are. So basically we've sort of done a loop, I suppose. Okay, well, different, I suppose, eh? Look at that. I'm not too sure. Just stick my sun visor down a minute. I don't know if we can actually sort of pull in anywhere and have a quick look at the boats, at the yachts. It cuts across here. No, not quite yet. I don't think we can actually. I thought there was a... Oh, we might be able to pull across here. No, you can't. You can't go that way there. Okay, so what maybe... might be able to just nip up this one here, look, like that, and then let's have a look there. Don't want to block anybody in there. Let's have a look. Just pull up here a little minute, eh? There you go. And there it is, eh? The little port where everybody keeps their little boats and yachts and everything. So calm today to what it has been, you know, and no, not a bad day at all, huh? So there you go, a little ride, testing the bike after the valve clearance, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's come out pretty good. I think everything's okay. Right, so basically that's this little ride finished. I'm going to end this video here now, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope everybody's well. Hopefully might be able to get out over the next few days if the weather keeps well, and I'll see you all soon in the next one. Take care, see you soon, bye for now.